Well, hello my darlings, and welcome back to our channel. I am so glad you are here. Today on our channel, we are going to create a 40-inch tall lighted crystal centerpiece that is sure to give you the feel of a Parisian Eiffel Tower vase. Stay tuned. For this project, you will need one 6-inch round styrofoam ball. You will need one styrofoam circle, and I showed you how to MacGyver this in our last video. I will place it in the description box below. You need one decorative glass bowl. You will also need 2 of these Wilton cake pedestals. You will need about 3 or 4 of these hanging tea light candle holders. You will need a push light. I've already wrapped mine in diamond wrap. You will also need some crystal garlands, some crystal glass pendants, and of course, you will need some flowers, any color, any type of your choosing. And of course, you will need your handy dandy tools. Let's get crafting. So the first thing we're going to do is adhere our first column to our decorative bowl. Now usually, of course, we would be working with either our epoxy for our project or our permanent glue. However, since I am going to be recycling these parts, I am going to complete this project today using only hot glue. But when you are recreating this for your events or your parties, I strongly suggest, my darlings, that you go in either with a permanent glue or with an epoxy. So all I'm doing now is simply adding or piping my hot glue around the perimeter of that column and placing it in the bottom, or rather in the center of the bottom of that bowl. Once I have done that, I am going to repeat the process of piping my hot glue, going around the perimeter of that column, and I am going to take my second column and I am going to place it atop, making sure that I'm lining up all of those little divots and indentations. When I'm finished, I'm going to clean up any oozing glue residue that there is, and then I'm going to allow this to dry for a few moments. So here we have our centerpiece that has been completely dried, and now what we're going to do is place our styrofoam ball atop our centerpiece. Now usually what I would recommend, if you are creating this for an event, I would recommend that you trace around the perimeter of that column and you cut out the styrofoam ball so that that column can fit up inside of the ball. But since I am using this and I'm going to reuse these items for another project, I am going to forego that step and place a bed of hot glue on top of that column and hope that that styrofoam ball is going to sit atop there while I create my floral arrangement. So again, like I said, please be sure that when you are making this for a project, or rather, excuse me, for an event, you are going to trace around that ball, that column, and scoop out some of that styrofoam so that the styrofoam ball can sit on the top of that column. And once you have done that, all I'm simply doing, I took our styrofoam round that we MacGyvered to make it a little wider from Wednesday's video, and I'm now placing my floral arrangement into that styrofoam. Excuse me, I'm listening to one of my favorite reggae songs, and so I'm kind of jamming out as I do this. And then of course I'm going to start to create my floral arrangement on top, and you can see already that because I did not use any permanent glue, that or rather, because I didn't scoop out that styrofoam ball is wobbling a little bit. So I'm simply going to continue creating my floral arrangement, and then I will be back to tell you what our next step is. So here we have our centerpiece with a beautiful floral arrangement, and what I'm showing you here is I simply took some of that crystal garland and I attached it to my hanging candle holder using that O-ring. To attach it to my centerpiece, I'm simply going to take a greening pin, stick the greening pin through the O-ring, or rather the O-ring through the greening pin, and then I am going to stick the greening pin into the styrofoam ball. So I am going to repeat the process with the other two. I'm simply going to use 3, 4 presentation purposes, and now I am going to place my crystal garlands with my glass pendant the same way, placing my greening pin through the O-ring and finding a placement, or a place rather, where I would like to have this crystal pendant hanging. So I am going to continue placing my votive candle holders and my crystal glass pendants. I'm going to clean this up of any glue fronds that there are and come back to show you what our final project looks like. Well, here you have it, my darlings, our 40-inch tall lighted crystal centerpiece. Isn't this absolutely statuesque? I think I would have to say my favorite part of this project would have to be, as usual and as always, the way that LED light streams up through that crystal acrylic stem. To me, nothing says atmosphere more than a lighted centerpiece, especially when the room is darkened with your uplighting against the wall. But here we have, my darlings, a centerpiece that will be sure to stun any guest at any one of your events, whether it be a wedding, a sweet 16, whether it be an award ceremony, or even a swanky corporate gathering. Remember, like I said, the flowers and colors are your choosing, and of course any embellishment that you would like to use, the sky is absolutely the limit. So my darlings, if you have found any value in this video, please be sure to like the video, share the video, and leave me a comment in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. To those of you who are new to my channel, I just would like to take the time to tell you thank you for joining our ever-growing community as we learn from and craft with each other on a weekly basis. To my Danny's darlings, all of you who are subscribed, I just would like to take this time to tell you thank you for all of your love, your comments, your questions, your feedback, and most of all, your encouragement. Please know that none of it is wasted, and I appreciate each and every one of you. To those of you who are still, or who may still be, on the fence about subscribing, please be sure to humbly consider joining our community. We would love to have you as well as we learn to craft in this special corner of YouTube. Well, before I sign off for today, I'm going to leave you guys with the motto to our channel, which is simply this. Say it with me. Why buy when you can DIY? And so, my darlings, my loves, until next time, please, please, please take care of yourselves for me. Know that I love you all. Bye now.